The uncomfortable, undesirable, and unfortunate reality regarding the present system and the modern world is that objective truth inside of us is now almost non existent. The objective truth does not even exist anymore, not because it was always non existent, not because it was bad, but because it has been systematically wiped out and faded and destroyed by a system of capitalism and democracy and materialism or globalism that constantly worships and promotes and normalizes all the violence, stupidity, pride, vanity, mediocrity, monotony, pretense, competition, imitation, and many other bad, counterproductive behaviors and characteristics amongst or inside of the human beings in one way or another. And that is what we have become. We have become each other's unwanted rivals and undesirable enemies, not because either is bad, but because over political support, over changing ideologies, we are now defending or opposing the government that is now leading the country into disaster, that is governing also our actions and ideologies, consciously or unconsciously. And we are unnecessarily fighting against each other and destroying our interests and relationships and friendships because of the dirty politics that is being carried out against us, and also because of the kind of poverty, inflation, unemployment, obviously rising prices to which we're subjected, from which we are now suffering and struggling with frustration into our lives in one way or another. So, objective truth is now dead. Nobody wants to speak the truth. No one wants to develop or become the truth because they're afraid of criticism, because the modern people are weak, insecure, because they're unconscious and unintegrated, because they have not done much self work, they have not had much self knowledge, they are afraid of speaking the truth, they are afraid of actualizing and applying truthfulness, authenticity, reliability, honesty, understanding, because that brings them criticism. They don't want to be criticized. They don't want to be isolated by the society. They always want to be able to get accepted everywhere. They just always want validation, attention, approval, success in their lives. And even if that involves making compromises with their standards, boundaries, values, they will and they already have made a pact to the government in which they are now puppets and slaves and basically the controllers of the other human beings. They are now enslaved, subjugated systematically through the education system, through their professions, and no one speaks the truth anymore. Only the few men and women are speaking the truth because they are internally awake, because they're conscious, because they have got internal content and substance and significance in themselves. But most are lying to themselves as well as to the others. Most are afraid of speaking the truth. That's why they are silent.